Today is very special because we are going to create a milestone of Pitch Punch event with a practice elevator pitch. I welcome everyone to this online session. It's very essential for entrepreneurs to go through this practice session and get ready with your elevator pitch. So to conduct this session and guide you with mentoring and as an investor, to give you some feedback to your pitch, elevator pitch, I warmly welcome Senila Jayasuriya to officially take over this session forward. It's over to you, Senila.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. Such an honor and privilege to be a part of this wonderful event at Pitch Punch. What a wonderful platform. So good afternoon, everybody. Lovely to see all of you, or should I say early evening. So today, like she said, I'm really going to be just evaluating your pitch decks. And you already have the digital workbook with you that I've circulated. What I'm very curious to learn is about how you went through that structure, how you brought that to life, how you're going to narrate your story through your pitch. So if all of you have the key structure in front of you, and by now you would have worked in teams, I'm assuming, and if there are any of you here today who didn't necessarily work in a team, but you still have your pitch ready, please feel free to pitch as well, be a part of today, so we can all learn together and grow. And I'm ready and happy to mentor you through this and answer any questions you might have. So with that, Jasmine, is there any particular order, or shall I just invite whoever feels led to just open up and start pitching? Maybe we can even start with some self-introductions so everyone knows who else is in the audience today. Shall we do that? I'd like to open the floor to everybody present here.
I think that's great, Senila. You can do it as you wish. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so who would like to begin, like just a quick self-introduction and what inspired you to get into entrepreneurship? We'll just go around and just have a quick introduction. Yeah. Who would like to go first? Anyone?
Hi, I'm Shantima Radasinghe. It's a founder director of National Food Private Limited. And also I'm a financial professional working at Ernst & Young. And my motive is the giving the natural Sri Lankan foods to Sri Lankan community as well as the global people. Then our commitment is securing sustainability, including as well as the profit. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Shantima. I know your work. I love your work. And I also love that you have such a keen eye on sustainability. Thank you so much for joining us today. Who else would like to introduce yourself? Let us know about you. Anyone else? So I know we have some early stage entrepreneurs here, very early in the stage. You're in the developing stage. Yes, Shash, over to you. Yes, please.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm Shashikala Nanakara, co-founder of Botanic Herbs Lanka Private Limited. We are manufacturing natural herbal cosmeceutical product range. All our handcrafted products we are making. Our basic foundation is we are in Ayurvedic concept. We are doing that. We are using the basic concept of in Ayurveda. We are using balancing the three dosha to give a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, so that's really interesting to hear. Because I mean, I think if I was to ask you, what is the industry you're in? What's your category? What would you tell me? What do you think is the category you're playing in? What is your industry?
We are manufacturing herbal cosmeceutical products. That means cosmetic grade ones we are doing that. And also it's, always we are combining with modern formulation, modern techniques with Ayurvedic ingredients and natural things.
So it's really interesting because on the one hand, in my mind, right, if I'm investing in a brand, there are two things to always think about how an investor thinks. One is when you're communicating the technical side of the product, right? Like these are the benefits, this is how it's formulated, this is what's unique, it's environmentally friendly. So those are all technical aspects. Now, if you look at the brand, right? believe it or not, a lot of investment is pumped in when it comes to the brand. There are brands out there in the world that have generated multi-million-dollar deals in funding, but they didn't even qualify. I mean, there is a very famous product that came out in the biotech medical sector called, I think it's called, I'll get that exact name for you. It was a lady, she was featured on Forbes and all of that as a billionaire. She got lots of funding for her brand. People invested in the brand, but then the technical side of her product failed.
Okay.
And yes, and then it ended up being a very negative and fraudulent kind of work where she didn't clear what she pitched and what she delivered had a very big gap. So then the investors withdrew, she was put in jail, so lots of issues. But why am I bringing such sort of a contrasting example to tell you is in the real world, people invest in the brand. They invest because the minute you think about the brand elevates your entire product into another category. That is where you look at your unique selling propositions, your unique value proposition. It's not just selling proposition. What is your unique value proposition? So from that sense, I would say you're probably playing in the wellness category. Think about it. It's not cosmetic. Cosmetic is just one tiny piece in that. Wellness is huge. And if you look at how lucrative wellness is as a sector, it's absolutely lucrative. It's extremely lucrative. When you think about wellness, you think about longevity. Longevity wellness, it's coming up in a massive way around the world. So when you think about your product, when you talk about your product, that's why I asked you what category are you playing in? I want you to think entrepreneur means visionary, big picture. What is your ultimate? What is that space you're playing in? Right? Okay, but thank you so much for sharing. I'm very excited to hear more about your product. Do you have a pitch ready as well? Or?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, excited to see it. Thank you for sharing, Shash.
Thank you.
Who else would like to just share your thoughts on what I just shared? And Shash, if you have any thoughts to comment on what I just shared as well, please feel free to share what you think. And anybody else?
Hi, I'm the founder and CEO of Arduino Challenge Hub. Learning electronics and Arduino can be exciting, but without structured and motivation, may learners give up. Arduino Challenge Hub, that's changed by turning learning into gamified experience. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. Yeah, okay. We combine Arduino Kit cells with interactive challenges that reward users with points, level up, and exclusive discounts. Our platform offers step-by-step tutorials, vibrant community, and a portfolio feature to showcase their projects. With affordable pricing and focus on hands-on learning, we empower the student, hobbyists, and educators to master electronics in a fun and engaging way. Thank you.
Okay, all right. So that's good. I will give a round of applause to both you and Shash, right? Because you all have both introduced yourself and your product, what you're working on. So good on that. But yeah, it's interesting. I think I would like a little bit more clarity. I want to show all of you something. Thank you for sharing, Nadija. I want to quickly show you. Have all of you seen this structure? Have all of you seen this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So basically, when you do a pitch deck, what you're seeing here in front of you is extremely basic, believe it or not. This is the basic structure, right? This is the basic level structure when it comes to preparing a pitch deck. Now, on top of this, what are some, now, I mean, it's a hook, it's a problem solution, then value proposition, what's so unique, what's the benefit to the audience, and this is where storytelling comes into play, right? This is how you have to convince them, what's in it for them, right? And then the proof of concept. Have you already done this anywhere else, Nadija? Have you done a trial somewhere? Have you got results from it? What was the experience, feedback from people who have already taken your gamified experience, right? And at the end, you need to have a call to action. So on top of this, there's another layer that goes on. And I actually posted this with today's event flyer on my LinkedIn. I actually shared it on LinkedIn. If you go to my LinkedIn page, I have said key factors usually, right, in a pitch. Also, that's clarity and conviction by the startup founder. How clear are you in your mind? The clearer you are about your product or service, it's easier then to communicate it. And then number two, Market opportunity. What is the market demand for something like this? You need to convince me. This gamified experience. So what? What's the market demand? How big is the total addressable market? How scalable is this? If I'm investing today, how do I make my 2 rupees 2 million rupees in X amount of period of time? So that's that scalability. How scalable? You need to convince me that, right? And then the business model and financials. I think Jasmine has already covered modules on that with all of you. And then the competitive edge. What makes this truly unique? You know, when you think about competitive edge, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of startups, early startups, they focus on product. They hide behind product. But actually, when you think about competitive edge, a lot of the time, say if I'm investing, say if I'm buying equity, say I'm your investor, for example, I will look at who's behind the team. You know, the entire culture of the organization also has value as a competitive advantage. It's not just product alone. And then what is the team's strength? So one of the things I was curious about, I wanted to ask Shash as well, because you're into the Ayurveda wellness space. What are your core competencies? What inspired you? And then when it comes to Nadija, I'm curious to know Nadija's background. Are you into tech and IT, or what is your background? So these are things investors are very keen to know. You know, like if I'm investing in your business, who am I investing in? Not only the what. And then finally, investor readiness. You know, that's another thing investors look at. How ready is this product? Right? How ready is the startup? How ready is the team? Do they understand cash flow management? Do they understand a balance sheet? Do they understand a profit and loss? Right? Do they understand finance? How are they going to make my money grow? That's how investors think. And obviously, how can we make a great impact in the world? Definitely, that goes without saying, right? The whole social footprint. So I just wanted to share that with you. So that is in terms of the structure. So have you made a note of those key points? It's on my LinkedIn, right? So it's clarity and conviction. Number 2, market opportunity and scalability. Number 3, the business model itself and the financials backing it. Like, are you taking a salary, for example? Are you reflecting that? Or are you going to have sweat in the game and not charge a salary from the investor in your budgets? You know, so that kind of thing. Then competitive edge, team strength, and investor readiness. So those are the next layer that I want you to look at, right? It's a little bit more advanced, but if you are looking for a serious investor to get behind you, just this very basic structure will give you that beginning, but it's not going to really, you need to add these other layers I told you to really get the investor to invest in you. So I hope that opened up your mind in a little bit more strategic way to understand that you actually have skin in the game as a startup. You cannot hide behind product. All right, so with that, Shash, I want to come back to you quickly and just ask you, what is your background? What inspired you to get into Ayurveda as an entrepreneur, as a startup visionary? Like, why Ayurveda? Are you good with ingredients? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, ma'am, I am a herbal cosmetologist, Ayurvedic cosmetologist. I'm a former teacher.
This is exactly what I mentioned 5 minutes ago. So a lot of startup founders, I see this challenge. They hide behind the product. No, if I'm investing in your product, I want to know who you are. So I want you to practice pitching yourself as well, right?
Okay.
And always listen. What does the investor really want to know? Don't tell the investor what you think the investor wants to hear. You tell the investor what the investor has asked you that they want to hear.
Yeah,
You remember that is what makes the startup founder very competitive and effective when they pitch. It's not what you think the investor should know, it's what the investor wants to know. That's very important. And inside of that, you put your things in. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to everyone? If that makes sense, can you please type on the chat box saying yes, makes sense? Or if you have a question, please ask. I'm just trying to make this a little bit more interactive. Does that make sense to everybody, what I just explained? Okay. All right. So thank you so much for sharing, Shash. I want you to go back and now work on your storytelling, okay, about who you are, right? What you bring to the table as a person that investors will want to hear. Nadija, tell me about you very quickly. Say, take about just 1 minute. Tell me what inspired you to get behind this? Why this product? Why?
Yeah. The reason I started Arduino Challenge Hub because I saw a huge gap in how people learn Arduino and electronics. Many beginners get excited about building a project but struggle to stay motivated or don't know what to do next. existing a problem offers tutorials, but they lack of engagement, structures, and scene of challenges. I wanted to change that by creating a platform that makes learning interactive, competitive, and rewarding.
Core target audience, your primary audience, who is that?
Uh,
What's the age profile?
Students are the most important part in my projects. Age start from 12 to 20. They are the most important people in my customer base.
All right. So, I mean, example ICP, right? Identify customer profile. You need to have a very clear idea. Make sure you know exactly what type of child, where, have a very clear idea of your ideal identified customer profile. That's important. So that it's not, don't just say children, okay? As much as possible, you have to have a very clear
Yeah.
view on what type, right? Very good.
Recently, I did a survey about to get some ideas. That's were really helpful to do. That's really helpful to change my ideas to, with their responses.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, because once you understand your ICP, then you understand what are their pain points, right? It's not about the pain points we think they have. No. What are their actual pain points? We need to walk in their shoes, right? So that's why this profiling is very important. So, all right, so let me ask everyone. My question was to Nadija. Nadija, tell me about you. What inspired you, right? Tell me more about you, right? So I like that you covered the part about what inspired you, but I still needed to hear more about who is Nadija, right? So that's something I want you to go back and work on. Again, it's storytelling. Okay?
Yeah, I'm Nadi Jahejan, and I'm 20 years old. I completed my A levels few months ago, and I completed a diploma during my O levels with a distinction pass. During that time, even during that time, I saw most of students struggle to learn electronics without any help. At that time, I decided to do something in this sector.
Do you have any competencies in that whole electronic space as well, by any chance? Is it something like a pastime for you? Are you passionate about it as well?
Yeah, when I was grade 8 to grade 10, I did some electronic projects. Also, at that time, I faced the same issue with I didn't have nobody to ask what should I do next or like that.
That's brilliant. That's what I mean. That has to come into your pitch. But you just
Ah.
shared with me. That is your personal story. Now I know you're passionate. Now I know you're passionate. That is the trick. I need to know when you were in grade 8, this happened to you. This was a pain that you personally experienced as a result. Now I know why you're doing this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to work on that. All right, so I'd like to open the floor to the others. Yasmin, I can see you've unmuted. Yes?
Yes, Sanil, I think Chandima is she's at work, so she has to leave at 5. I think she's ready to do the first speech. So Chandima, yeah, you can do the 1-minute elevator practice, because this is when I will do because I always think my version need to upgrade. There's always to get a fantastic coach like Senila, get your feedback and learn more and improve myself. And also for all the entrepreneurs, this is the best thing. There is always way you can improve, refine business model. As I told you earlier in my presentations, there's always that you can learn something new and apply it and refine your business models, refine your entrepreneurial skills, your pitch, and go to the next level. Like a mobile smartphone, there's always new versions comes and it's get upgraded, right? It's the better results. So Chandima, if you are free, you can just pitch and get some feedback, and it will be really helpful because we are also getting ready for our next level of challenges in entrepreneurial journey.
Thank you, Jasmine. Yeah, I totally agree with the Jasmine. That's why I'm today doing a pitching. Sri Lankan spices are not just ingredient, they are legacy. At Nesta Foods, we honor that tradition by handcrafting our spices, just as generation before us did. From hand-pounded cinnamon to sun-dried chilies, every step pursues the quality, aroma, and rich heritage of our island. But we go beyond taste. By partnering with local farmers and using eco-friendly processes, we ensure sustainability at every stage. Protecting both the environment and the communities we support, authentic, sustainable, and deeply rooted in tradition. That's the Nesta Food promises. Experience the true essence of Sri Lankan spice with Nesta Foods. Thank you.
Very interested to know about you. So if I'm investing, like who is Chandima and what made Chandima get into spices? What does Chandima bring to the table? Can we cover that a little bit as well?
I'm Chandima Narasimha, founder director of Nesta Foods. I'm professionally qualified finance profession and also international certified coach to MSME sector. And that's my favorite journey, starting my own venture to create a global market as
Is there a reason behind spices? Why spices? You could trade anything in the world. Why spice?
we are starting during the COVID period. Actually, we also facing a lot of challenges to get quality spices. When starting ages, we did imported seeds and nuts also. After that, we totally convert to a solution through local ingredients. Then I think it's local ingredients. They give the fresh, natural aroma and also so many benefits to our life. We are think always health is the must other than all the factors.
Shall I give some kind of comment?
Yeah.
I know what is behind her fashion. If you don't get angry, Chandima, I know that
Yes.
she can't cook well, right? She's fully committed to her professional life. And her mother-in-law is the best cook, and she does delicious dishes. So what she wants is to get her all the recipes done, ready, and give some kind of a market opportunity with those recipes, and that's why she found this Nasta Foods. That's my understanding.
Yeah, you true. That's a maximization of the resource utilization.
I think you have to share the true story, Chandima. Don't
Yeah.
hide it.
I'm just going to ask back on the audience, okay? Now, all of you who witnessed that, tell me, which of the two versions do you feel more connected to? Is it the version Chandima said about why she's in spices, or what Jasmine said about why Chandima is in spices, about the mother-in-law story and the fact that she can't cook, she wants to get the recipes out? Which of these two stories do you really feel moved by and more curious about? One or two. One is where Chandima just said it's about spices and that kind of a thing, and her life journey and coach and all of that, versus the other fact about the mother-in-law. So which of these two things, one or two? Tell me, which one is more appealing? What is more memorable? What is more relatable? What do you all think? I want you to think about that. So I think personally, second, for me personally, I would go with, I want to know about the story about the mother-in-law. That's what inspired Chandima, the fact that, she's busy. She has all these amazing initiatives she's involved with. She's doing such amazing work in her life. And, cooking is just one of those things. And it's not something she's passionate about. So now she's figured out a different way. So can you see that story is inspiring, right? It's inspiring. So Chandima, that could be something you can lead with. That storytelling, believe me, storytelling goes a long way in any pitch, whether it's pitch, because at the end of the day, what you're pitching for? You're pitching for investment. So we do this even in the board table, right? The boardrooms. When we pitch for more investments, what do? Storytelling, right? When we go to a BOD, we do a little bit of narrating why this is so important to the business, why to the shareholders. It's not just the what and the how. We focus a lot on the why. That is the value differentiator. It's usually the why. So I want all of you to start taking notes of what I'm saying. This is very, very strategic stuff I'm telling you. Also, Chandima, before you go, I want to ask you, thank you for sharing with us. Do you feel your pitch is complete, or is there something that you think you left out?
No, actually not completed. I know it's theoretically I have had so many things. What is the benefit? What is the you show it's the list, and also some other financials and other market attractions and also included. But I need to share, Senela, when we are starting. Actually, my daughter was 10 years old that time. She was doing all the digital marketing tools. I never know how to use the Canva, even a ChatGPT and anything. But she is the creating our logo. Still, we are using that logo, and actually 3 generations are inculcated in our journey. Still, she did the nice content writing because I'm still we are using in our age we try to use lot of information to do small things, but in small kids now she is in 15 years old, but they are very simple words they are using. I think that's the message is very easy to go with the older people. That's combination as well in our family business.
Yes, yes, you're right. So now, if you look at this structure, right, what is a very important piece that you didn't talk about today? What is it?
It's, I think, value proposition.
Hmm?
Value proposition.
I would say your CTA. So what? You didn't ask me money. I don't know
Yes.
what you're pitching. I don't know why. You said
Yes.
something. Okay, sounds nice.
Yeah.
So what? What do you want? So Chandima, what do you want? What is your ask? If say I'm an investor, what do you want from this pitch?
I really need to expand our business to next level. Then I'm seeking to a good investor within the some root of sustainability and other concepts.
Okay. So now, what do you think is still missing in that ask? Because I still don't know what you want, right? How can I help you? Like I need to know the amount, put a dollar value to it, put a rupee value, the investment.
Yes.
Yes. So
And
now,
yes.
exactly, yes. So always remember, a pitch is never complete unless you've asked for a follow-up meeting or an investment. Always ask yourself, and to everybody in the room today, before you go in front of an investor, the investment piece has to be really solid. Chandima, I mean, I've been a part of your journey, right, through the chamber as well. So, I mean, it's so exciting. You have a very nice brand. But yeah, I mean, let me know if you want to have a chat about, just if you need any advisory support on just sort of polishing that up, if you're looking for your next level investment. And if you need any advisory support there, just reach out, okay? So thanks for joining us, Chandima. And if you have any more questions, you can ask me before you hop off. Do you have any more questions on your pitch? I mean, there are certain things that I need. Obviously, you have to do a PowerPoint, right? You have to have beautiful pictures, beautiful graphics. I mean, stuff like that, and have a very clear idea behind what your ask is. What's that number? And get ready with the financials to justify that number. If I was an investor would look at your budgets. They'll say, okay, tell me, justify this number. If you're asking for 1 million rupees or 10 million rupees or 50 million rupees, tell me why. How do you intend to use the investment? I need to know exactly how you're going to use it, and what is your strategy to scale that and make sure I get so much more value for my money. So those two things have to be weaved in. Okay, so thank you for that. Who would like to share with us next?
Small clarification, Senator. For it's someone says 1 minute pitch, then can I say a lot of things? So I feel it's I have to present this very summary points. Then how it we have the structure, but we have the story, but time is the 1 minute. Then how we organize that is a lot of stuff in 1 minute.
Usually the initial pitch is never 3 minutes. So there are two things, okay? An elevator pitch is 3 to 5 minutes, like say 3 minutes, and you don't go into asking about numbers at that conversation. You will just imply that you're looking for an investor to take it forward. So that is a situation where it's very context dependent, because say you go for a networking event, and in this networking event, you happen to come across some potential investors. Now, during that event, you can't open up your mobile phone or your iPad and take them through the PowerPoint. Sometimes you can. So it depends on context. You have to have a 3-minute version where you say just enough to pique their curiosity. So you can schedule a follow-up meeting where you take them through the numbers. Does that make sense? So the very first meeting, 3 minutes or 5 minutes at a networking event, at a conference, be ready to tell them enough sufficient information to make them curious to want to meet you a second time. And when they meet you a second time, that is where now I have pitched to investors. My meetings have been between, I've had pitches like 30 minutes. Sometimes they go into a lot of deep dives. Once we were actually pitching for a big investment from an investor in dollars. It was a few multi-million dollars actually. And I was pitching together with a Swedish counterpart, my partner who is Swedish. And it was actually in the gaming sector. It was a gaming thing. And we were pitching, and now that investor spent nearly 40 minutes. And he opened up our budgets. He wanted to know where the salaries are going. He asked us questions like, who's paying? Are you going to bear your own cost? So, I mean, things like that. So that could be a second level meeting. Does that answer your question, Shandima?
Yes, thank you very much. It's just more insights. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't panic about, oh, the first meeting, I have to say everything. No, actually, say less things, but the things you say should be attractive enough to get their attention so that they are curious to say yes for a second meeting. And at that second meeting, after the event, you go again, separate meeting at the office or something, and you take them to the actual presentation, online or in person. All the best to you, Chandima. What's your feedback on that, Chandima? Do you think that'll add value?
Yeah, really more adding value to me. Thank you, Sana.
All the best, Chandima. All right. So we are opening the floor. Am I supposed to present my pitch deck or just show you? Yeah, you can present your pitch deck. Actually, Nadija, if you're ready, I can give you screen share access if you'd like to present anything. Would you like to present something?
Actually, I didn't ready for present, but I'm ready my pitch deck.
So Shash, get ready. So I'll start with Nadija, and after that, I'll come to you. Okay? Awesome. All right, Nadija. Welcome to my investor table. Okay.
Yeah,
So
may I start?
like I'm an investor. I want you to remember, think I'm an investor. Think you don't know me, that I'm going to invest money. So pitch to me that way. Okay. All right. Yes, Nadija.
This is the Arduino Challenge Hub, and these are the problems that I'm lack of the live troubleshooting for Arduino learners, and difficulty to find structured content or beginners, and high cost of kids in some regions. This is the solution that I'm found for that problem. These are the one of screenshot that I took from my user interface. Solutions are gamified learning platform with rewards and challenges, beginner friendly tutorials and structured path, affordable kits priced within $20 to $30 range, and live troubleshooting sessions. Market insights and validations are key findings from a survey, 130 respondents, and 70% of definitely interested in a gamified learning, and 75% of them are desired beginner-friendly tutorials, and 60% of them willing to pay $20 to $30 for beginner kits. Unique selling points are gamified learning, earn points and receive rewards, community support, forum and mentorship programs, and portfolio building, showcase completed projects, and comprehensive resources are tutorials and guides. Product features are interactive learning modules, affordable kits, live troubleshooting, support, and customer project submissions. Market size is over 50,000 students studying ICT in Sri Lanka annually. They everybody has a Arduino in their ICT syllabus. So most of them willing to buy Arduino kit and Arduino video and global DIY, I mean do-it-yourself electronics market size is 3.9 billion in 2023. Tractions and current stages is currently we are in a pre-seed prototype ready, and upcoming milestones are platform launch in within next 6 months. And business models are revenue streams are product sales, subscription fees, and in-app purchases, and also advertisement. First year financial forecast, first year revenue around $200,000. That means 60 millions in Sri Lankan rupees, and expenses around 56,000, and profit will be 144,000. Go-to-market strategy will be social media campaign and market partnership with educational institute, and content marketing and influencer collaborations. Company entry barriers are competitors of Arduino Project Hub, that's a part of Arduino.cc, and Adafruit and SparkFun. The main differentiations are gamification and community support and portfolio buildings and unique reward system. None of them have kind of like that features. Funding request is currently funding needs is $40,000 for platform development and marketing kits and rewards, and content creation and operational cost. Customer engagement strategies, forums, and mentorship programs, live troubleshootings. These are really unique for Arduino Challenge Hub. These are no one did it before. This is the most important thing to solve real world problems, because live troubleshooting is really helpful for someone has a ongoing projects, because they have unique problems. And my exit strategy is 5 to 7 years through acquisition or partnership, or expected 10x return on investment. Thank you.
Firstly, can we all give Nadija a big round of applause?
Yeah, thank you.
You just finished your A-levels. I'm so impressed, Nadija. I mean, very good. I want to motivate you. I want to take this opportunity to motivate you. Because at such a young age, you are the next generation, you're the future leader. And in US, if you see leaders are 18, they're making multi-millions doing drop shipping in America, right?
Yeah.
So now age is no longer a barrier when it comes to entrepreneurship. So I'm very proud of you, Nadija, and I want to wish you all the very best in your success and your journey, okay? So I first wanted to make sure we celebrate that. Nadija, do you mind opening the slide about the target market and the financials?
Yeah, sure.
You know.
Target market. Are you talking about this? No.
This one, market size, this one. So sorry, the market size one. So here it says, I try to actually go online to try to get information on the current number of Arduino users in the country. I couldn't find any data points on that.
Yeah, you can find from A-level donates websites. We can see there's around 40,000 students sat for ICT exam in A-levels. Okay. and I guess there's more than 3,000 students out of A-level students.
Okay. So I think it's a very interesting space that you're playing with. So one of the things is, overall, if I look at your dashboard, I think your sequence is nice. You have all of that stuff. It's just that it's a very technical topic, and it's also connected to like a social cause because you want more people. This gamified experience is going to improve the quality of education for
Yeah.
children. So that's social, right? It's a social cause, right? So it's very impactful. So one of the things I might just like to suggest is, Jasmine, I'm not sure if you're going to have another follow-up session between you and them, but Nadija, you do need to have a little bit more support to get your numbers looked at a little bit before you go in front of an investor. Okay. Unless you have an angel investor right now, it could be a relative or something. If they are willing to help you with a little bit of a seed money to start, then you're
Yeah.
safe. Otherwise, right now, example, things like I remember seeing a number, something like you had put, it's going to cost them $20 to $30 per board or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you convert that, it's more than 6,000 Sri Lankan rupees.
Yeah, the most special thing is we are giving a easy installment method for Sri Lankan students. That a board will be around 6,000. They can pay board fee within 6 months. In Sri Lanka, there's ton of Arduino boards out there. May I show something? Can you see this?
Yes, yes.
This is the price of a Arduino kit that in Sri Lanka that I'm gonna sell. That will be price around 6,500. But Sri Lankan sellers are selling Arduino boxes way too much higher than we think.
So that's a good point on the numbers. One of the things I think that I want you to work on a little bit is also how you connect the fact that it's offline. And when you say gamified, what does the methodology of the gamification look like? Right? So
May I-
it's Arduino board, and then what does that
Yeah.
whole methodology look like?
This is the UI that I built for my system. As you can see, there is a part right there. Michael Call. Did you see that?
Yes, can see
Yeah.
that.
This is just a prototype, so this is not working. If I press view, we can contact him and make a video call, and we can solve the problems in our Arduino code. Okay. Okay. When we face unique problems, there's nobody's gonna help you with any other system. But in the Arduino Challenge Hub, we are mainly focused on users. And actually, we are mainly focused on solve users' unique problems. Okay.
Just move to Shashi. But Nadija, again, I want to celebrate you and congratulate you and motivate you to keep going. But I want you to refine how you explain and your idea when it comes to the gamification experience. Because when you say challenge hub, what you explained as a benefits right now in terms of price point and then the support service is not a challenge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That whole gamifying challenge is a different thing. So I want you to work on that a little bit more. But overall, I think for someone who said your deck is something you weren't prepared for, I thought it was a nice flow. Okay. So just
Okay.
work on a little bit on these tips I gave you.
Okay.
And I want to wish you all the very best. All right, Shash, over to you.
We have 13 skincare range, and when we starting from herbal bath powder, now we have glycerin soap range, lip care range, body lotion range, face care range also there. And when we making those things, we saw the opportunity in global market because now in the world there's so many interest about the so many ones interest about the herbal and natural things. So there was in that market, most probably that part grab with Indian market because they have they are always in mentioning Ayurvedic terms in their products. but still Sri Lanka not involving for that. So we took that opportunity, and also in Sri Lankan market, always we are in busy life schedule, and so many working women empower were here, and they are now they were more knowledgeable about skincare routine, and they are also looking some good things. So I grabbed that opportunity. Then we make for that things, we make our products and we introduce to the market. First, we use online platform for that. Through that platform, later on we decide to go, we want to go to the outside market, because our target market is quality seeking, Ayurvedic product seekers, and natural product seekers. So we find that market, that target, our target audience most probably gathered on in shopping malls, like that area. So we go to the pop-up, went to the pop-up markets in Van Gogh Place and Havelock Mall. And also we give the samples to experience, get an experience about our products, and we got some feedback from them. So that is also help to improve our product and brand. And now we are decide to go to the outlets, because we are thinking through our customer feedback. We are thinking all the customers can like to buy our products to easy place, and like that. So that's why we are starting distribution through Ayurvedic wellness centers and hotels, like shopping malls, outlets, and spas, and supermarket chains. Our final aim is go to the global market, like New Zealand, Japan, Australia, like that. Now we are doing a white labeling orders also for that countries. Our competition was there. We are find our competitors also like this, and through these things we got our sales improvement also, and we got some achievements. Like IDB registered. Now we are IDB registered company. We started as a proprietor. Now we turned to the private limited. And first we did our production in home base. Now we are doing a factory based one, and we nominated for the award in IDB Gampaha district cosmetic industry once, and also now we are partnership for the Vikramarachi Ayurvedic University to for the starter pack for the cosmetic students to try out our products. We got those achievements with our dream team. We have our R&D team, and we have consulting team also. Dr. Tilini and Dr. Renuka are doing consulting part, and R&D part are doing Dr. Surangi with Nadisha. And for our final goal, what we want to do, for that we need the investment. This is what we need, and this is our journey with small sweet memories, and we are thinking we can go to our final goal. Thank you, and thank you, and sorry for the inconvenience what you had. And also I want to say, harmonize your beauty routine with Beautonic.
Sharing. So first, let's all celebrate her and congratulate her that you've come this far in your journey. Right? Yes, absolutely. It's a beautiful brand. I really like the branding. Can you go to the did you mention the market size right now? I know you mentioned like your customer profiling. Can I see that chart, like your competitor analysis? What does that look like? Do you have that anywhere? Just curious.
Yeah, ma'am. Just give me a minute, ma'am.
So there were three things that I was curious about. So you can look at it later. It's okay. Just one of the
Okay.
things I was wondering about your market. What's your total addressable market? What does that look like? And I know you spoke about exports and all of that as well. And then you spoke about the white labeling. I really liked your chart where you had the bar charts and the three different colors. And that shows your growth as well. So that's a very important one. But I wanted to see something around scalability. Scalability in terms of channel development, because this is a physical product. And I know you said that one of your biggest channels is going to be these pop-ups and things like that for actual sales, right? Not for product trials, but actual sales. So channel development is something I think it could be a blind spot in your pitch deck. Blind spot means you might not have thought about it enough and show it enough in terms of a growth strategy. So channel development, come up with a really clear plan on that. Because pop-ups alone is not sufficient unless you have some business model there where through pop-ups, X amount of leads are going to convert into some foreign business, something like that. So you need to think about channel development in a more serious way for your type of product because it's physical, right? And it's within a niche, right? It's Ayurveda. So your price point, I also was curious. I didn't see that. Oh, I don't know if I missed it. Is there a slide, Shashi, where you mentioned the different price points in your product range, roughly?
Yeah.
How much would it cost me?
Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, our screen was stuck and something went wrong with my machine, ma'am. Just
No worries. You can just tell me. You can just tell me like what is the cost of your hand cream or what's your bestseller? Like what's the cost and what is it?
Our glycerin soap is the best-selling product that is 590, ma'am.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
It's a 50-gram one. It's a glycerin soap. It's made with Ayurvedic oils and essential oils. It's you can select according to your skin type, ma'am. That means 4 types of soaps were there, varieties. One is for dry skin, ashwagandha and frangipani one. And for normal and combination skin, triple R with lemongrass. And for oily skin, have pinned oil with sweet orange. And all skin type, if you have some fungal infections and those, you can use cinnamon with Seetodaka.
is it all three flat fee, like same price for all, or
Yeah,
depending
all
on
are
what?
590.
And then how does it compare? What is your face cream cost and the hand cream?
Night cream.
We have. Can I join the discussion?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I am Bimal Pereira, and we have face creams with hibiscus, Sri Lankan traditional rice extract, and gotukole extract mixing the night cream. It is really good for the fairness effect, pigmentations, and all the skin issues. And it also has some stress releasing power, mind relaxing power, and it is 1750 25 grams. And we have also niacinamide face serum, and we have body care range, like 3 types of body lotions. They all, our differentiation is we mix with Ayurvedic oils like triple oil with lemongrass, ashwagandha oil with frangipani. So the orange, we are making the soap, acne soap with orange and pinned oil. Orange is known as good for acne, and Ayurvedic pinned oil also good for skin irritation. We make the combination. That is our process.
Okay. And in terms of your inventory, like in terms of how, what is your production capacity? What does that whole supply chain look like? So these, you don't have to answer me, but these are questions that might come out because if you go into your budgets, I was also curious to know how much of that budget you're already incurring. As co-founders, what are you bringing to the table in terms of money? Like how are you contributing to cash flow? Or are you asking everything from, are you outsourcing all the costs from an investor? So these are things that they're going to come up with. So supply chain, your channel development strategy, and your competitor analysis, because just hearing your 25 grams, what would you say is your product positioning? Do you compare it with what competitor category? If you can name top of mind brand, like what? Who is your main competitor?
Yeah, the 1750 means we are using all natural ingredients, so not chemicals. Then our competitors, now we are getting some feedback from the Sparsy loan customers and high-end market customers. They are like to use our products. So we think our future and the other things happening with the high-end brands. So our competitors are most likely high-end brands.
Just like Sparsy Loan, Body Shop, like
Yeah.
those things.
See, that's what's interesting, because the minute you said 25 grams was that much, I knew you're competing with high end. You're not competing with the low tier. I knew that.
Yeah.
So because 25 grams is not a lot. So your pricing, so that means you have the positioning, right? So then you have to sell the brand value. You have to sell the storytelling. You have to sell, the product benefit. I also like how you said Ayurveda and aromatic. That seems to be a very important value proposition, right? For what you all are doing. And then you mentioned sensitive skin. So for the purpose of today, the pitch, a few points I want you all to think about is, number one, your total addressable market, your clear channel development strategy, your clear supply chain, what that looks like, what is your production capacity, how quickly can you turn around orders, and also in terms of supply chain, how strong are you when it comes to export market? What does that look like? Because as an investor, I want to know what is your skin in the game. They always think about that. They always think, Bimal, what is your skin in the game? Do you know export market? Do you know how to export products? Who are the other buyers you have there? Do you have a buyer strategy? So channel development, supply chain goes hand in hand. So make sure that you look at both those things very well. Channel development, supply chain strategy. Okay. So I would say that, and then in terms of your estimated investment ask, what is your contribution to that? They will be asking you that as well, because you put 500, 500, 500, 1 million, and whole thing comes to 10 million. But what is your skin in the game? So they would want to look at that as well. So with that, Bimal and Shash, what did you think about my feedback? What is going to be your key takeaway? And what is your feedback?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, that's true. We need to clarify those things to the investor. Now, earlier we didn't have any idea about those things, because we thought we should introduce our products, and we want to show our product benefits and all. We thought like that. Just
So I think my feedback to you, a little bit of coaching has sort of opened your eyes
sure.
into this
Definitely.
different, it's probably going to be a game changer for you. So I'm really excited. I think it's the packaging looks really beautiful. And I think you've done a wonderful job as co-founders to get the legwork through, and you've already achieved credibility, right? Because I like that last slide. It's a credible slide. So that's validation. So you had a validation slide as well. But now, the next level, scalability, then you need to think about the strategies I told you. Okay, those are blind spots right now in the pitch. So I want to wish you all the very best. I'm so excited, and I'll keep a lookout for your product as well. Okay.
Thank you so much,
very much.
ma'am.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you for the opportunity you are giving us, because we are improving the start and at now the movement. We are studying and we are improving.
Amazing, amazing. All right, so with that, Jasmine, also back to you. I'll pass the talking stick back to you then.
I'm really happy and listening to all your pitches and hear from the backside. And I see there's a high potential in each and every one of you, because you have now thinking a lot, right? So this is just a start, and I know that there's a long way to go and long way to improve. It's a journey. It's not just a destination. So once you start entrepreneurial activities, you have to keep it doing it. Even Jack Ma is saying, now we will face many challenges. Enjoy the journey. So just move with the success. So thank you for everyone for joining this practice pitch, especially for Senela Jayasuriya, our lead coach for this pitch punch event. She has done a marvelous job with giving a feedback as an investor and mentoring you with the right feedback and guidelines. So thank you, Senela, so much for your time, valuable time. For everyone, I must tell you, always focused, right? So once you learn something, you forget it and you do some other things and just again join with this kind of a program and try to accelerate. It's not happen in a one day. So you have to do continuous effort on learning. It's a lifelong learning, right? So at least 1 hour per day, you take a notebook, take your notes on the laptop or a phone. So do progressive work, at least one step at a time. It makes you improve as an entrepreneur. It's not just a single day of dream. Rome is not built in a one day. It's a kind of a serious commitment you wanted to put. That's how you can become success. And also that is the way to you celebrate your success. No, it's not just a one day thing. That's why I always invite you to stay in touch with the real life and also get the maximum of this unique experience. Pitch Punch, the launchpad of your dreams. This is the actual hands-on experience you are getting because we are supporting you to get to next level and your dream to come true into reality. So thank you, Senela, and good luck to all our startup founders and Pitch Punch, the launchpad of your dreams. Thank you.
Jasmine, thank you for that. Yes, all the best to each and every one of you. Jasmine has created a beautiful platform here, Pitch Punch, to make maximum use of it. And we wish you all the very best. Bye, everyone.